Okie testing, testing. Oh man, I didn't know that would load. Okay. Hello YouTube. Today I thought I'd play some Minecraft with way too many mods installed. And I'd talk about the Cosmere. Now, this looks like the most unhospitable summon. Oh, no. Wait, there you go. There's a hospitable type spawn. And I don't believe I've ever seen a house generate before. That's really strange. Anyway, I have a decent spawn, which I thought would just be all mesa and terrible and just try to get by with tiny bits of sticks. No, I have trees. So, why am I doing this? I wanted to talk about the Cosmere today because I really like the Cosmere, man. It's a great series. It's probably one of my favorite book series of all time. It's getting really popular. Brandon Sanderson is a pretty good writer. And yeah, I wanted to mention about how I first found the Cosmere while playing Minecraft. Now, the Cosmere is an interesting series because it is a book series that contains a lot of different book series. Like, it's got Mistborn, it's got the Stormlight Archive, it's got Warbreaker, it's got, let me see, White Sand. I know I'm forgetting an important one. Elantris. It's got quite a lot of books in it. And all these different series have all kinds of different things about them. But then you find these little hints, these little bits of things that sort of connect them together. I think that's really interesting. So how did I find out about this awesome book series? Well, it's kind of interesting. See, I really like manga. I usually go to the bookstore to buy manga. One day, I went to the bookstore like any other day to buy some manga, and I got a little bit. I got up to the top. Let me see, how do I word this? I got to the front desk where the cashier was waiting, and they offered me a book. And this wasn't a normal book, it was like a weird book. It had like two books, one upside down as as like a as like a single book. Is that the right way to describe it? It was like two books jammed together into a single book. It was like the first few chapters of Mistborn and the first few chapters of Stormlight Archive. And I can never forget that because you turn it upside down and you have a different book. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and take this free little sample book thingy. I began reading the Stormlight Archive. I didn't like it that much. I sort of forgot about it. I began writing Mistborn. It was one of the best books I've ever read. I can't speak today. This is the most terrible way to record a podcast or whatever. But I this is such a strange structure. Oh, I hear a witch. Yeah, okay, maybe talking and playing at the same time wasn't a great idea, but I'm still going to try. So I got this really unusual book, and this unusual book, I've read Mistborn, and it was one of the best series ever. But like, I only had a little bit of it, so I ended up buying the whole bunch of what they had, which at the time was just $3. Because Mistborn's got like 8 books now, I think. It was only three back then, and I gotta say, it was like I normally don't read fiction, but Mistborn's quite good. It's got a lot of action in it, or it's got when it's not actiony, it's got a lot of other stuff going on for it that's pretty good. I don't want to spoil too much of the actual book right now. I might do another spoiler based thing, which is why I keep stopping and thinking. Because I keep going into these spoiler type things and I'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know if the people have read these books yet. And that's causing me to like think quite a lot while I'm stuck on this forsaken little spit of land. I got like no food right now. This is the crappiest, like, oh, hopefully that's food. Cassava and coffee. Well, I don't know about coffee, but I know cassava sounds like something that's edible. Anyway, this weird lopsided book is what introduced me to Mistborn, but I didn't know about the Cosmere yet. So, oh my god, what is this thing? It's dead. I hope I didn't just ruin something important there. Anyway, oh, shelf fungus. Okay. Oh no! Well, it's ruined too. Oh, this is the worst YouTube video ever. I guess I'm just uploading this for myself then. Oh well, if someone enjoys it, I hope you enjoy it. Anyway. Oh, I forgot I had industrial engineering in there. You know, perhaps adding way too many mods was a terrible mistake to this. Oh my gosh. I haven't made any progress at all. And now I'm not talking because I'm focusing on Minecraft. This is really the worst idea. Oh well. I ended up getting into the Cosmere because it was like so different than any of the other stuff that I've read before. It was actually entertaining to me. It caught my attention. It normally I'm not into like normal fantasy books, but I ended up reading the whole series all the way up to like the Bands of Mourning, I believe. And I'd pick up any other Cosmere type series and stuff. And then when I got to the Secret History book, I ended up Blue Tree. And then when I got to the Secret History stuff, I ended up um I was like, huh, what is this Stormlight Archive thing that comes with this other book? So I was bored. I thought I'd give it a chance. And when I saw a particular word, I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's from Mistborn, isn't it? And then I ended up reading it, and I thought the Cosmere is this weird thing with Mistborn and Stormlight, and I had no clue it had more books to it. I was just sort of going off of what I had figured out myself. So I thought that the Cosmere was this two book series connected thing. I posted on DeviantArt about it. I was like, "This is the dude. You gotta check this out," and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I find out that the Cosmere is more than that. I ended up looking online, and they are just like, "Oh yeah, there's like tons of books to this series," and I'm like, "Whoa!" I'm gonna have to dig a safety hole because I have not been very good at doing anything. This is just the most barren spawn I have ever. Like, I'm usually used to finding all kinds of food and all kinds of stuff, and like, mm, maybe I'm just being a little too picky with my spawn, but like, this is just not the greatest spawn ever. Who knows? I might be recording this, and then I might find out that the footage is crap. And I might have to scrap the whole thing except for the like audio. And I really don't want to do that. I know the last time I tried to record that ended up happening, and I was like really disappointed because I put a lot into it. So, why am I talking about the Cosmere while playing Minecraft? Because the Cosmere is getting quite big. It's got like so many interesting books in it. It's got these cool ideas that like take fantasy tropes and you see them turned into like something else. Like you might and it's all really well telegraphed too. It's like, oh, I expect this to happen. And then something else happens, but you're not like dissatisfied because the hints were there. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't see that happening. But like it all makes sense. And that's why I think it's like a masterpiece. And that's why I'll like advertise it to everybody that I can. It's funny because like all of the people that I know that I read the Cosmere because I advertise it to everybody all the time. And I'm probably really annoying about it because I just don't know anybody in my like personal life that reads the Cosmere. So like I'll mention it in passing, not really expecting anybody to be interested. And then my sister was like, "Oh, you mean that one thing that you talked about before?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, she remembered." And I don't know if that's sad or funny. Maybe a little bit of both. Cause like there's this big community with the 17th shard and everything, and those people have lots of cool theories and ideas and stuff. It's a great time. It's like going on there, talking to the 17th sharders and stuff. I just um I just don't always have the best ideas of what to say. Like someone comes up with this cool theory and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a cool theory." And then I'm like, "That's all I can think to say about that." And then I'm like, "Oh, well, darn it, I bet I can't say anything because all I'm going to do is say, 'Hey, cool.' And that's not really a good post, is it?" But here on YouTube land, I can talk about the Cosmere and play Minecraft, and it may not be too good, but you know, sometimes people have to do stuff and it turns out not too good. And if it's personally interesting to you, then you can still do it. Like, I see people do stuff that's not like the best, but they're still learning, and I'm like, hey, they have a lot of like, what's the word for that? A lot of potential. Yeah, potential. That's a good word for it. They have a lot of potential. And I think that potential is very interesting and important. Because you gotta start with like those crappy sprite edits before you make your own sprite art. And yeah, that's my little rant about the Cosmere and about how I found it and stuff. And it was like super mind blowing. But now that like Brandon's done his like $1 billion Kickstarter or whatever, people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, the Cosmere, I know about that." And I'm like, yeah, yeah, because they got Trass, and they got Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, and they got the Sunlit Man, which honestly, you should probably read the Stormlight Archive before you read the Sunlit Man. But yeah, it's a great time. Anyway, I have found safety. I have not found food. I'm probably going to just turn it on to peaceful so I don't have to worry about mobs. Um, Maybe I'll play this again. Maybe I'll rant again. Hopefully next time I'll be a little bit more organized. I'll know what I'm talking about and stuff because I know what I'm dealing with. Because I did not expect this. Look at this. There's like all this water. There's not a whole lot of land, so I can't build a good building anywhere except for like in here. There's all this like desert. There's hardly any food because I installed Pam's. There should be like food everywhere, man. Like, look at this food. But like, oh my gosh, there's like a river too. Actually, maybe this isn't the worst spawn ever because I installed what is it, Astral Sorcery? Like they have sometimes when you get Astral Sorcery, you get these little like blue gemstones in the rivers. They looks like an ore. It's not. I don't really see any yet. There it is. It's good stuff because yeah, awesome aquamarines. I got some Astral Sorcery going on here. But yeah, when you play too many mods, sometimes it can be kind of funny and sometimes it can be kind of annoying. It really depends on your playstyle. But yeah, let's go back to the Cosmere and look at that again. So, I really like when I read the Cosmere because it's like, how should I say this? The MCU is good, but the Cosmere, I feel, is doing it a little bit better than the MCU. Yeah, I'm going to go there. The Cosmere is doing it better than the MCU. That's because Cosmere's got this unique. It's got like a subtlety with how sometimes it's connected and sometimes it's like that's straight from this. And it's so freaking satisfying when you like recognize something from somewhere else or like you figure out the hints and stuff. Alright. Well, I can't find a good place to put a farm right now. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and stop for now. But I hope my rant wasn't too disjointed and surprised by this. Anyway, goodbye.